We come now to the beginning of the second segment of our study of the survey of the Scriptures from dust to glory. And now we are about to begin our exploration of the major themes of the New Testament. The New Testament period opens with the announcement in the Gospels of the pleroma, which concept is translated by the words fullness of time. There's a keen sense in the New Testament that what takes place in this brief period of time in which our Lord was on this earth and active in his ministry, that this period of history was what history was created for in the first place. That from all eternity, God created a plan of redemption. And now that plan of redemption comes to its main fruition in the history of redemption in the period of the New Testament. So it's not as if things just happened suddenly coming down from the sky, but there was a long period of preparation throughout the whole Old Testament where God was preparing the world for the coming of his Son in the incarnation. Now, the Old Testament closes about 400 years before the New Testament begins. And those 400 years, of course, about which the Old Testament is silent, are not insignificant in terms of the history of the world and the time of preparation for this fullness, this moment of pregnancy when the incarnation takes place. That 400-year period, as I say, is called the Intertestamental period. In 445, the walls of Jerusalem were finished in their rebuilding process under the leadership of Nehemiah. And at this time in redemptive history, Israel was now a small nation struggling for survival in the ancient Mideast. And as I've said repeatedly, Palestine sort of functioned as a geopolitical football among the major powers of that day that were vying with each other for world domination. At the end of the Old Testament, we see that period of domination in the world by the Medo-Persian Empire.